Do you think it's important to talk about mental health?
It's really important to talk about mental health because it's not talked about enough, and I think that we need to talk about it more because every human being in the world has a mental disorder. Doesn't matter what it is. It's very important to talk about it, and I think that people need to open up.
If you don't talk about it, you feel really anxious, feel a load of pressure really down, and you feel really low. Talk to more people, talk to friends, and everybody's there for you. Need any help?
Yes, it is important to talk about my mental health. If I don't get it off my chest, I still feel bad and upset.
Yes, with people you trust, because they're there to help you with your mental health.
To show people who have got that, especially friends I know, and that's got to be important for them to go and come out this park and come out here. It's great. Not be stuck indoors or being bored. Come out and enjoy your life.
Well, sometimes. Not always.
I think it's very important that you let people know if you are feeling unwell or if there's something that you're not happy with. Whichever place that you go to, or if you're at home, it's always best to let someone know if ever you're not happy with something, or if there's something that you don't like, then it's important to let them know, because otherwise if you don't tell them, they won't know and then they can't help.
Because people have different feelings towards each other, people have disagreements, people have fights or lash out at people. Some people judge others.
If you're being under pressure with mental health, who are not very good, do a Zoom call for the advocates. Like couple of people who are very good at speaking up, can help people speak up, just say about their mental health, and they will guide you and sometimes give information if you're feeling depressed or something.
I think it's really important to talk about mental health in life, and I think it's become out more now than in history or in past. We all need to talk to people about mental health, because mental health is how we all feel, and if we're not talking to people, how we all know how we all feel. People in this world, in history, make it a big deal, and that's why most people are afraid to comment.
Yes, I do, because if you don't talk about it, other people are not aware of it.
I'm fine about my mental health, where it is.
Do you think it's important to talk about it if you feel sad?
Sometimes.
Yes, it is very much. If you don't talk about it, it will get worse, and it's very important to get it off your chest.
Yes, it's indeed, because it helps for other people to listen to what the people say to you.
Yeah, I do. I think it's really important to talk about mental health. I think if you start dwelling on stuff, things get worse. I personally find that the hardest thing. If you don't, as a man, you're not supposed to talk about stuff, but I'm quite good at talking about how I feel. You shouldn't bottle stuff up, but everyone's different, aren't they?
Yes, because it'll help people know who you are, and also it'll help you get it off your chest a bit.
It's important for me to express how I feel, because when I'm not happy, I want to talk to somebody face to face about it, because every day I feel like banging my head against the wall, because I'm just not getting the feel of having much independence and going out and seeing people face to face.
Things just build up pretty quickly in my mood, in my tantrum, in my ways. And sometimes if I don't talk about it, particularly with people that you're close to, I'll just find it really, really frustrating. I know for a fact myself it's been happening for years, not just during COVID, but it can be very, 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 very difficult. And sometimes trying to shout out what you want, sometimes you're just not getting listened to. A good job that me and my girlfriend, for example, we go online, we talk about things, or we just do other things.
I think it's probably the most important question that we can ask. It's about support again. It's about seeking support. So when we're all committed, as we are, we're all committed to people having the right support from the right people at the right time. And the right time is early. And around mental health issues, people actually speaking to each other and saying they're in trouble, or people asking each other, are you okay? And if someone says no, then asking some more questions and looking for support. So a lot of it's about not being concerned about asking for support. The other bit of experience I've got is on these panels and reviewing people who are in secure hospitals, is that all the people around the table need to be open about mental health, because psychiatrists, learning disability nurses, psychologists, everybody needs to be open about how they're being affected, because you get situations where people at the highest level of their professions are so in a habit of doing one thing that they don't see that they're in the habit of doing that, and that's dangerous for people. Very often they aren't open, and they are the people who would say no, they don't need it. There's one story of one person in what's called a care program approach review, and someone asked him a question. I asked the psychiatrist a question, and the psychiatrist answered, and the patient said, well, you would say that, wouldn't you, because you're a psychiatrist? Which completely blew the psychiatrist away, because that person hadn't got the insight that their role was institutionalizing them and that their mental health was actually at risk.
If you don't talk about your mental health, people who make all the decisions, like the government and the NHS, they're never going to know. It's whether or not you saying what you're going to say is actually going to be listened to and be changed.